business. You're kidding? Yeah, no, it was a good crowd. No, it was that. I saw it on TV. Oh, no, that wasn't it. There were people there. There were people. It was, yeah. They went to, saw it on TV. Yeah, they went. Yeah, right. Okay, what's John doing?
He's not dressing. I'm late for ladies, so he's dressing.
What number is it?
30-something.
Yeah, for games. So, Sexy man.
Attendees, we're going to begin in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Bobby Abate. 3 minutes, Bobby Abate. 3 minutes, and then we begin. 3 minutes. Attention all attendees, we can now take our seats. We are set to begin our ceremony. Got a nice crowd. See. Unbeknownst to us, let's get the Hartford Public High School cheerleading squad here. Okay, they're gonna wait for their coach. My name is John Barossi, and maybe some of you know me as an MC at the Hartford Public High School Sports Hall of Fame next year. Mike, I'm gonna do my best not to freelance and give you a 3. We're gonna start like this. Good afternoon. What a tremendous honor to celebrate the new mural in the Hartford Public High School Fieldhouse and 4 Hartford Public High School legends with this banner ceremony and the unveiling of the breathtaking mural by Tatiana Jarba Smith from Rise Up. This represents an incredible span of athletic excellence across multiple eras in sports. Today, in this short ceremony, you're probably going to hear words like icons, history, pub, and pride. You know the names: Eddie Griffin, great basketball hero; Marlon the Magic Man Scarlett; Pablo Franco, the fastest man in Connecticut for 4 years; Coach Larry Almond, generational state championships. These banners that we're going to present to you beautifully showcase Hartford Public's rich athletic tradition and the history of the second oldest high school in the United States of America. They span from 1920s coaching era through the modern NBA stars. Having these legends banners hanging in the fieldhouse will inspire future generations of our athletes. What a fitting tribute to these four icons, who each contribute to Hartford Public's legendary athletic legacy in their own unique ways. Actually, maybe we can have legendary words earlier today. I'd like to welcome to the podium the president of the Hartford Public High School Hall of Fame, President Mike Fox. My first one was to tell you that I was the president of Hartford High Athletic Hall of Fame, so I lost that. But I want to give everybody a quick update on the Hall of Fame. And it all started in 2002. So a group of folks led by Lenny Remigino got the hall started. Since then, we've inducted over 200 athletes and coaches and 7 championship teams. So we've done a lot to honor some of the great athletic history here at Hartford Public. We also have a charitable arm of the hall. We started putting emphasis on that a few years ago. We wanted to give you a couple of examples. In the last 10 years, we've provided 26 graduating seniors from Hartford Public some scholarship assistance as they go off to college. So we're pretty happy about helping that. We also are donating a yearly donation to Hartford Commons, and we help with some of the programs here at Hartford High. And going forward, we hope we can do more here at Hartford High. There's a lot of good things that are going on with Principal Elvis and Jerry J. Frankie, and others. That could be the induction classes. So our last induction class was 144 that Duncan Parker partnered with the YT Club. We inducted 2 athletes and coaches and 2 basketball champion teams led by Kendrick Morgan today and Marcus Stevens. So legendary teams. It was a great day for us. We sold out the YT Club. We had over 200 people. So another great year for Hartford High athletics and Hartford in general. Our next induction class will be in the fall of 2026. We'll start working on that, and hopefully we'll have another great day for Hartford Public. The main way that we raise money is our golf tournament, so we have it every year. We have one in September. We like to play one of the Hartford courses, like Hartford, and we play Green Park. We'll have our chicken annual golf outing in September of 2026 at Green Park, and have a more details. And then lastly, the Hall of Fame committee. There's about 3 of us, all long-time educators, coaches, and some even went to Hartford High, and their commitment and love of Hartford Public is apparent, and we're pretty proud of what we have and the work that we're doing to honor the great athletic history of Hartford Public. So, with that said, thanks for hearing me out here, and I'm going to give it up to the right side. So, thank you. Clearly, I think the main thing you noticed when you came into the field house is this amazing mural. This mural was created by Rise Up, and today in Hartford and tomorrow in Hartford, there are open artist studios all throughout the city. Hartford Public High School is the only high school that is participating in this, and they'll be at Parkville Market, and just across the street from Parkville Market is Rise Up on Bartholomew Avenue. Beautiful place. You can go visit anytime you want. incredibly welcome is an artist in your family. You might want to go there and check out the scene. We'd like to invite the Executive Director of Rise Up, Matt Conway, to the podium, and Tatiana Jarba Smith, Executive Director of Operations at Rise Up, and the artist who really is here.
Sprints away, my son is climbing the stairs right there. So, he's a tough guy. So this was a huge honor to get the call from Sherry to ask to make something so monumental for Hartford Public High School and Hartford schools in general. I gotta say, this is the probably biggest and most landmarked field house now at all the high schools that we work in the city. And it's all thanks to this amazing artist, Tatiana. Most people know Rise Up for these murals, but we actually started as a mentoring program. And it was our youth from Weaver High School back in 2016 that raised their hand and said, we want to do a mural for the city. And there wasn't an organization like we exist now to support other nonprofits, towns, municipalities. So we figured it out. I was fresh out of college, working with kids, not too much younger than me, and we raised the money. We got the building owner to say yes, and we worked with 5 local artists that really have never been paid. They just created artwork at the legal graffiti park here in Hartford. So after that first mural, it's really exploded since then. We've done over 300 projects from Stanford all the way up to Putnam, Connecticut, even all the way in Arlington, Vermont. We won a mural for Rocky Balboa down in Philadelphia at his museum. We've hired 100% Connecticut-based artists, investing between $3 million back into the hands of creators in Connecticut. There's not a single other public art organization across the country that has that type of track record for promoting and supporting local art. We also run a workforce development program, so all the landscaping, snow removal at Parkville Market and some surrounding areas. We have a second chance re-entry workforce program that supports that, and those guys also help prep a lot of the walls for our artists. I have a huge honor to welcome Kat up next because not only is she obviously one of the best artists we have in this entire state, but she's also a huge part of the engine that keeps Rise Up moving. She was my very first W-2 employee that Rise Up hired, and she does everything from my left hand, right hand, keeping me standing, and so what you guys see out in the community wouldn't happen without Kat in the background as well. So when she comes up to speak, please give her 2 rounds of applause for everything she makes happen for the state and for the youth that are most impacted by this.
Greetings everyone. My name is, as Matt said, I am a mom, artist, muralist, homeschooling parent, and part of the Christian Rise Up. I'm also a native South Florida and a very first generation Jewish American who defiantly picked the paintbrush back up in 2017, despite my mother's best efforts for me becoming a lawyer. I was honored to be selected by Hartford Public High School and hired to Rise Up Arts to design and paint this mural. The mural was completed in just 2.5 weeks, and I wanted to take a moment to recognize the people behind it. Chris Mann, a fellow motivator, actually, was my assistant throughout the installation, and his help was invaluable. Not just with the music itself, but especially when we ran into some equipment challenges. Chris has such versatility and experience that when I really wasn't cooperating, he pulled out the ladder, which to me might as well have been and just kept painting while maneuvering around the places without even being able to move at the pace that he did. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it today. I want to also thank Sherry and her team, who helped me understand how beautiful
before we cut the ribbon, you know, clearly beautiful artwork. Artwork makes our life better, right? This is making art public better. Are you afraid of heights? Okay, so how did you get up so high? You didn't use a ladder. What did you use? A lift. Okay, and everything was good with it and all that? Okay. And the other question is, brush or spray or? Okay, both. Amazing too. You said what, 2.5 weeks? That's wild. Okay, Tiana, take that. Think we can cut the ribbon? All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to have you at one end. We're going to have Matt Conway at the other end. Now, you used two of my words. I heard the word legendary, and I heard the word pride. So first we're going to have, we have various dignitaries here. And before we read that, we'll call someone right now. So the following individuals could please stand and back the regimen. Principal, Elvis Hinckley. Our brand new superintendent of schools, Dr. Townsend. President of the Hall of Fame, Mike Forrest. That's that ribbon. Now, where's that Townsend? How about some icons? Papa Franco. Come on up here, man. How about another icon? Muji Starling. Where's Muji? All right. Now, you might not know this name, but every organization has that one person who gets the job done, who's the mover and shaker, who's the lifeblood of Hartford Public High School, who will cut the ribbon, Cherry Jan.
Jerry Chip.
Okay, before we recognize our dignitaries, we got the cheers right here. Let's hear it. Job, Superintendent Dr. Townsend.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited about this opportunity because it gives us encouragement as we move forward. Thinking about our athletic programs, not only in this school specifically, but across the district. As you know, most of our schools are under-enrolled. I remember once upon a time listening to the stories about how Hartford Public played Weave and how they would be rivals, but today it's a co-op, and they're playing on the same field together. together. I do think that days are in front of us and we can get all of our schools fully enrolled and have our young people competing at the highest level of game. Families all throughout our schools. I think that's a lot of pride, especially to the alumni and our future out coming behind us. And I'll say this, I'm very excited because this falls under my philosophy called the triple A's: academics, athletics, and the arts. I do believe every young person falls into each one of those categories. There's a philosophy that I'd like to bring to Hartford Public Schools, and it's about raising the bar. It's very simple, but it's powerful. And I say that we're going to set the bar, we're going to meet the bar, we're going to exceed the bar, and we're going to raise the bar. Help me out. We're going to set the bar, we're going to meet the bar, we're going to exceed the bar, and we're going to raise the bar.
What? Now, another dignitary in the audience would like to welcome to the podium Athletic Director at Hartford Public High School, friend Jimmy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone's doing well. Enjoy our celebration here. It's interesting, every time I come and speak, they always tell me, keep it brief, now outside, keep it brief. But sometimes that's not that easy if you know. So first of all, as you can see, athletic facilities have gotten some much needed improvements and renovations. I'm just going to back up and start with the outside. Our training field was done approximately 2 years ago. We have a state-of-the-art playing surface, state-of-the-art track, new computer-controlled LED lights. It's really beautiful up there. Moving forward, this past summer, we had some nice needed renovations here. It's a nice, beautiful floor, and everything was taken down. Our historic banners were taken to the cleaners and cleaned. You know, I was kind of fearful that they would all fall apart when we did it. And so here we are. And then to cap everything off here, we have this beautiful mural. And I was here throughout the summer to see this, and sometimes I've had tears in my eyes. And I'm being very sincere with you. How beautiful this piece is and how everything came together. And so, with that, I'm going to keep it brief. I want to thank everyone for being here today at our ceremony. And again, if you're ever in the neighborhood, we have an athletic event, come stop and watch us. And we appreciate you. Thank you. And have a wonderful
Frank, we would like to recognize, of course, building operations at Hartford Public High School, the mover and shaker, Jerry Chan, Dr. Andre Gonzo, Superintendent of Robert Lee, what's Robert Lee? And the all-time great basketball player, right there in the 1970s, and he is one of the directors of the Hall of Fame. So if this is the oldest, the second oldest high school in the United States, we need somebody to keep that history. One of the most important individuals in the history of Hartford Public High School. Luke Williams is the director of the history school historian and in charge of the museum as investigator. Bobby Lee, all-time teacher at Hartford Public High School, board member, and he takes care of the museum along with Luke. Harry Belucci, longtime football coach. The field is named after him. There it is, back there. We definitely need to Hall of Fame last year. Harry Belucci is the only Hartford resident to be inducted into 2 of the high school Hall of Fame. He's also a member of the Buckley High School Sports Hall of Fame. course, we saw Elvis come up. Elvis is going to wrap everything up. After we go over the banners, Elvis will come up and round out the program. Pedro Vega, where did Pedro go? Pedro Vega, Hall of Fame class, 2024, graduated 1990, security, 28 years. Then we got some old advocates. Richard Cross, quarterback of the 1968 team. And they were a great practice, no practice. Rich Jernigan, where's Rich Jernigan? You cannot have, Dr. Townsend, I don't even know this, but you cannot have a sports program in Harvard Public without having at least one Jernigan president. You gotta learn that name. So, when I used to work, I don't work anymore. I was an 8th grade middle school teacher. There was nothing worse when they say, hey, we're going to have a big auditorium talk. Somebody's going to talk to these 8th graders. And I'm like, they better know what they're doing. They better know what they're doing. This guy came to our school 2 years ago. He was the best speaker I've ever seen at my middle school. He had these kids rapped. One of the all-time great basketball players, Harvard Public High School, Kendrick Moore, right back there. John. Where's John Forrest? John Forrest, Hall of Fame board member right there. He's nice and loud. And Betty Dunn. Where's Betty Dunn? Hall of Fame member. Betty Dunn is responsible. If you know anybody who's a swimmer and goes to state championships, CIAC state swimming championships in the state of Connecticut, Betty Dunn is responsible for that. She created the first CIAC Connecticut State Swimming Championship. All right, Betty Dunn is definitely one of the legends. There aren't too many high schools that can say, oh, well, who's the Mount Rushmore of your high school? Right? I went to Windsor High School. I can't come up with, I know a lot of great athletes, but I don't know if I can come up with like the Mount Rushmore of Windsor High School athletes. Maybe this guy would be one of them, A.J. Robinson right there. But when you go to Harvard Public High School, you know who's on the Mount Rushmore, and we're going to honor them today. And the first one we'd like to talk about, so now we're going to be sort of looking at this as Mike Gross. Can I ask you a question? Is this being recorded? Yes. Okay. Unbeknownst to also, in high schools today, there's a camera somewhere, right up in the letter E. So if you can't make the basketball game, it's always recorded. If you can't make the volleyball game, you will see it. Any high school that signs up for that service in the United States. So if you're in Connecticut and you want to see your niece playing volleyball in California, you could probably do it if that high school is signed up. So this is being recorded, but we'd like to look over there at Larry Amy's coaching legacy at Harvard Public High School is absolutely phenomenal. 40 years of sustaining excellence across 3 sports that produced, listen, 35 state championships. This level of multi-sport dominance is virtually unmatched in Connecticut high school athletics. Track and field. He had 13 state championships. His record was 209 to 64. 17 city titles, 16 Greater Hartford titles. And then he seamlessly passed on the leadership to Lindy Remigino for indoor and outdoor track. Let's go to swimming. 2 completely different sports. 15 state championships, 7 unbeaten seasons. He had a 61 consecutive dual meet victory streak. His record in swimming, 262 to 134 one time. He developed a swimmer by the name of Dave Tyler, who set 8 national records. Then let's go to cross country. 3rd sport, 7 state championships, 116 wins, 46 losses, 18 city titles, and 3 Greater Hartford championships, 10 individual state champions. But perhaps the thing that's most important about Larry Heyman was the legacy that he left. He was awarded in 1950 the gold key left the American Sports Writers Alliance, and in 1978, of course, he was inducted into the Connecticut High School Coaches Association Hall of Fame. But what makes Heyman's legacy even more remarkable is how he established the foundation for Hartford Public's continued excellence. His successors, Vince Remigino in track and cross country, and Ralph Viola in swimming, built upon his program to achieve even greater heights. The fact that he coached successfully across 3 different sports for 4 decades demonstrates not just his versatility, but his ability to develop comprehensive athletic programs. His 35 state championships represent one of the most impressive coaching achievements in Connecticut and national high school sports history. Larry Heyman. Is Marcy here to represent Eddie? Marcy, here she is. You want to help her? Or do you want to stay nice and relaxed? Come on up, Marcy. So, Marcy, I don't know if you noticed. Are you aware that, in fact, your dad, Eddie Griffin, is actually one of the all-time greatest basketball players in the history of Connecticut? You do not. And he even says it on his band. All right, and that's saying something, because if we go this way, of course, we're maybe heard of Lindy Remigino, Olympic medalist. For 2 years, he was the fastest woman on earth. All right, and then maybe you've heard of these guys here, Marcus Candy, Michael Adams, all right, Nash, all these guys, great NBA players, right? Okay. Daylon Orr scored over 1,000 points, just like your dad. Eddie Griffin, 1962. Eddie Griffin's athletic career is truly remarkable. Your dad represents the complete student-athlete success story. What makes his achievements particularly impressive? Let's start with high school. High school dominance, 1960, 1961, and 1962. He led Hartford Public to back-to-back League championships. He is the school's first 1,000-point scorer, 1,156 points. Twice he was named All-League and All-State, and he was named to the Parade and Scholastic Coaches All-American teams. If that wasn't enough, you might notice. Okay. They didn't put the football up there. That's all right. He won the City Town Trophy in football as MVP of the Thanksgiving game. He performed 21 points, 16 rebounds in the 1961 New England Championship, upsetting them over with a cross. 26 points, leading Hartford Public to their first ever state title, CIAC. 24 points, leading the Owls to the 1962 New England Championship over crosstown rival Buffalo. And 4 touchdowns versus East Hartford, and he ran for an 83-yard TD run versus Fitch. Post high school, let's go to college. Linfield College, he was part of something that Linfield College called the Hartford Public Pipeline. 6 seasons as shooting guard for the Hartford Capitals in the Eastern League, and he was a career educator in Hartford school system, where he coached rival Buffalo to state championships in 2000 and 2001. Your dad has an amazing legacy for Hartford Public High School. He was inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame in 2002. But more importantly, he was, in 2020, they said, okay, who are the top 25 basketball players in the past 100 years? The all-century team, your dad is one. It's pretty impressive. The fact that he later coached his high school rival Buffalo to the state championship shows both his coaching ability and the respect he earned throughout Connecticut basketball. Being selected for the CIAC All-Century team in 2020 confirms his status among the state's all-time greats. His story embodies the ideal of athletic excellence leading to lifelong contribution to the community through education and coaching. Graduated in 1962, Eddie Griffin is is on the Mount Rushmore of Harvard Public High School. Unfortunately, I didn't have the pleasure of watching Eddie play basketball, okay? But I did have the pleasure of sitting on my couch, putting TV on, and watching the Magic Man do his thing and win a world championship title. How about it? Let's do a show of hands here. Let's go here. Who's going to come over here? How about that? Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin. Right there. Let's see some show of hands. Who's going to buy and sell it? Marlon, Magic Man star in the class of 1976, was already a boxing legend when he got to Harvard Public High School due to his Golden Glove success as an amateur. The Harvard boxing icon in Bellevue Square learned his craft at the Bellevue Square Boys School. Marlon started his Harvard Public Connection. He wasn't playing any sports because he was always boxing. Now, class of 1976, Robert Lee. I'm going to come to you in a second, Robert Lee. Athletic supporter, and this is where I think this is where I'm doing. Athletic supporter and basketball team manager. Though he didn't compete on school teams, his daily running routine and rigorous training showed the athletic ability that could have made him successful in multiple sports. His dedication to supporting Harvard Public High School teams as a student demonstrates his school spirit. Now, I mentioned that Robert Lee was here, one of the all-time basketball greats. So when we get together in our meetings and all of this, Marlon, I want you to know this. I sit back and listen. And I listen to these old athletes talk about each other. And I get very sincere. And then maybe I use it later on, right now. Robert Lee is almost never a meeting goes by when he does not say something kind and loving about his friend, Marlon Sullivan. And the thing I noticed about that is Robert and the other basketball players, they love and look out for Marlon Sullivan because they knew this guy's a champion. This guy's going someplace. And here's where Marlon Sullivan went. He started undefeated, won his first 25 fights, and then he turned pro in 1979. World championship. In 1987, he was the World Boxing Association World Champion, welterweight champion. TKO knockout over Mark Brewer in 11 rounds. He was the best welterweight in the history. In 1989, he won the WBC welterweight crown over Boyd Huntington in the 9th round. He knocked him out. He had the WBC, WBA, USA, and NABF titles at various times. His career record, 45, 6, 1-1, and 27 knockouts. Two Ruth 2000, down on 30 in 1984. Marlon's legacy. One of his legacies, which is not written here, is that his former friends and teammates talk about him lovingly all the time. He was a Gold Glove legend from Bellevue Square Boys Club. Marlon has state proclamations made for him from Governor O'Neill and Governor Nesta. The city recognized from Hartford Mayor Mike Hubert. In 2004, he was inducted into the Connecticut Boxing Hall of Fame. And in 2014, of course, he was inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame. Robert Lee does not call him, doesn't call him Marlon. He calls him Moochie. As his friends know him, Moochie represents Harvard Public's reach beyond traditional school sports, showing how the school's community spirit and athletic culture can inspire success in all forms of competition. His world championship achievements brought tremendous, there's one of those words, pride to Hartford and Connecticut. I was proud. I didn't even know Marlon. I was proud watching him on the TV screen beat up Mark Brewer. Harvard Public High School is proud to have Marlon Sullivan as one of its students. There he is. We have a yes, on my way. Marlon, Lindsay, Sullivan, the Magic Man. One more about the event. How we doing, all right? You know, when we first came in, I'm going to say this. We told you that there are these studios opened up all around the city right now. Every single city. Dr. Townsend from Detroit, I'm sure he knows the places that you go visit Detroit, you visit these places here. When you go to Hartford, right, you got the Twain House, you got Bushnell Park, the Yardbird Stadium. There are many places that you know to go. I have a feeling that this field house, the way it is set up, I think this field house is going to be one of those places that people from around the state come in. And I would just say this, before we get to Pablo Franco. I do a lot of announcing down at the Floyd Little Arena for track and field. That's part of Hillhouse High School. When I'm announcing at the Floyd Little place, I don't feel like I'm at Hillhouse High School. I feel like I'm in some sports arena in New Haven. It's like, no, John, you're at Hillhouse High School right now. But it doesn't feel that way. What I like about this field house, whenever an athlete or a robotics person or an AAU basketball player comes here, they know they're going to be where? Hartford Public High School. There's no mistaking. I'm not at some Hartford arena. I'm at Hartford Public High School. I just got to say that. All right, now we move to one of the all-time icons in Connecticut sports history. Pablo Franco, 1973. We all grew up in neighborhoods. We all who's best at that? Who's the best? Okay, there are certain things about being an athlete. The basic one is this. When we all start out at the basic one is this. Who is the fastest kid in the neighborhood? Who's the fastest? Pablo Franco was the fastest kid in Connecticut and most states in the United States for 4 years straight. His athlete, yes. Pablo Franco's athletic are absolutely extraordinary. He represents one of the most dominant high school track careers in the history of Connecticut. 17 individual CIAC championships. 4 consecutive state open 100-yard dash titles. He was the fastest athlete in Connecticut 4 years in a row. Triple winner in Class AA, in a 100-yard dash and a 200-yard dash. Indoor records in 60 yards at 6.2 and 300 yards at 31.4. 31.4 for 300 yards is insane. School record 9.4 for 100 at the 1973 Hartford Public Invitation. He had national recognition. He was second in the nation in the 220 at the Golden West National Invitation. The teams that Pablo were on. He was a member of 10 state championship teams, 2 indoor class titles, 4 outdoor class titles, 4 outdoor open championships. This level of sustained team dominance under coach Andy Remington is truly remarkable. But the thing that we will mention is there's also a football on that game. 33 career touchdowns as a running back. 22-4 record over 3 seasons, with teams consistently ranked top 5 in the state. Clutch performances, he had a 70-yard turkey run as a sophomore and an upset at London, and 3 touchdowns versus the Britain as a senior. College and beyond. He started at the University of Washington track and field program for 4 years, and is, just like he is at the Hartford Public High School Sports Hall of Fame, he is an inductee in the University of Washington Hall of Fame, inducted back in 1988 as part of their milestones. Pablo's combination of individual excellence, 17 titles, and team success, 10 state championship teams, under the legendary Andy Remington, makes him one of Connecticut's all-time great high school athletes. A true Mount Rushmore. Being one of only 13 Hartford Public All-Americans in track, he's a complete company piece in the school's rich athletic tradition. And before I call him up, I will tell this crowd, my athletic history is mostly track and field. I became pretty good friends with Lindy Remington. Whenever I would talk to Lindy, most of the time, somewhere in the conversation, he would say, yeah, but Pablo Franco did this, but Pablo Franco did that. And I'd always be like, one of these days I gotta meet this Pablo Franco guy. We did about 8 years ago at the Chowder Club. Attention all, Hartford Public High School, icon attendees, we welcome to the podium one of the all-time great Connecticut athletes, Pablo Franco.
I get emotional. If my life started, I was born to have Puerto Rico. I was 6 years old, my parents got divorced. My dad to Hartford, Connecticut, single father. School wasn't easy for me. It was hard. In the 60s, they didn't have no Latino, Filipino staff. The school was hard for me. I was the first day of class. I was scared. With my head down. She couldn't talk to me. I didn't know what she was saying. So my dad was working. He gave me some paper. It's like a boss going home. I was 6 years old. It was my address, my name, my phone number. I gave a lady my piece of paper with my name. She didn't know who I was. But as time went on, my dad was my hero. He put me in sports every time. He played baseball. I was good at baseball. I was like that. So you know I had some potential. No matter how bad he was, how busy he was, he took time to play with me. Take me to the park. And what's important? So you got to go to school, you got to learn, that's where you make the most money, this and this. So he put me in sports. When I was 16, he bought me a championship. He never told me. And he told me to pick that up for me, and he told me that it's a football tryout. Go to Harvard freshman year. I went to a football tryout. Coach Malone was the coach. And he asked me my name. I said, Pablo. Pablo, where are you from? Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Somebody's from Puerto Rico. But in practice, he said, son, you practice. We'll be okay. But my life changed. As a freshman, when I walked to the coach's office, I'm not the board. So I'm going to make a routine. That's it. How can I help you? I won't touch the track. I said, go ahead, 3:15, don't be late. By the way, what you want to run? I said, I'm going to get that. I'm fast. Yeah, I'm fast. So, I'm not kidding. But my freshman year, I made the final. As a freshman, I'm 60 years old. I was in the final. I was only freshman, so I won't see me since and he came to me. I was walking up to St. Pablo. I said, "What's going on? You're a freshman because I'm not 60 years old." And the guy next to me, wearing 5, he's a senior, Kelly Man, 18 years old. And he got a scholarship to the Boston University. You know? So relax, enjoy. With a good season, when he comes, I'm going to win. So don't wear off, and I won. So here, ready? Last year, in 8th grade, he's going to whistle and watch 18 years old. Oh, you're going to be great, you're going to be great. But I wasn't great the next year. I was hot. Nothing about winning here, so I got good time. Practice, don't talk, don't go on. Got to be serious. I was there. That's the day they had the same chance. They opened. I hear later, get out, get out. You got to practice. I told you, go around. I don't waste my time. Get out. Fucking goals. Matter of fact, you got 1 minute to get out of here. You lose respect for a whole week. I ran out of respect. So eventually I went to Texas. I went to school. We said, it's a proper whistle. Got potential for the college. Okay? You got a lot of talent. But you got to take the practice serious and school serious. You know, when you work the classes, when you struggle, that changed my life. I took it serious. I worked hard. My senior year, he called me on stage. He said, Pablo, you got to look at the picture of the extension of your Washington. It's a great work. I was smoking. Yeah, I'm 6 years old. But the people, I'm on English, living partially. You're not allowed to. You can live here. A lot of work. Emotional, think about it. So he said, you know what? After practice, I got some ball. I said, right there, because that's a long way from my ball. That's a long way from home. You know, maybe long always say that. So I said, okay. So we'll see that. So it depends on me. He's trying to get a scholarship. They wish to watch him. My father, he sings it all. So when you do the math, they show my father. So I said, wow, we're close to that. So yeah, I tried to go probably Ohio State one, we should stay one, they one, we can stay local. So my father said, I'm the second class. It's free, no, he's going. You know, every day I go to bed and I pray for my father and for him. Without them, I won't be here. I take get drugs, drop out of school. I'm blessed that I have a wonderful daughter. My grandson playing football, a wonderful wife support me. I got family, my two friends, Victor. You know, they keep that man. They love me as I respect. And like I said, they never made me very emotional. And I love you. The day I die, I will never forget what you did for me. Cindy, and when you're up there, I want to say thank you. And I love you. Dad, forgive me. I did okay, Dad. I did okay. Thank you. Yes, you did.
Elvis is going to be up here in a second. I'm going to let her because I know she's crying right now. How many of us have tears in their eyes besides me? Come on, I can't be the only one. Hallelujah. Pablo, thank you for that talk. That was outstanding. Okay, before we wrap this up, Elvis will be coming up in a second. They would like to say 2 or 3 things. Number one, if anybody would like to donate to the next mural project at the high school, you're going to see Jerry Champion. And Jerry's in the main office. Stop in anytime. And Jerry Champion, you get the job done. Okay. Number 2, yeah, we're going to don't be afraid to walk around. Get up close to the banners and check out the mural up close as well. And see if you can see where Jerry Chan's fingerprint is located. And number 3, Bobby Abate, who knows the history along with Luke Williams better than just about anybody, wanted me to make sure you know the most important thing up there is that you can't. Because when people from Hartford Public get together and meet each other somewhere within Hartford, they always leave with the you can. And then they ended with the rock the cross. So that's very important there. And to wrap things up, the principal of Hartford Public High School, Elvis Deacon.
I feel so small amongst all these legends that we have here today. That was amazing. Good afternoon, everyone. As we come to close to today's celebrations, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to all of you, our alumni, our student athletes, our families and staff, and our distinguished guests, for being here to honor the extraordinary history and legacy of Hartford Public High School. Today, we didn't just celebrate banners. We celebrated stories of perseverance, brilliance, and unshakable pride. From Olympics to NBA stars, from educators to artists, from scientists to community leaders, Hartford Public has always been a place where talent grows, where opportunities take root, and where young people are shaped into leaders. Today has been about identity, who we are, who we've always been, and who we continue to be. And that identity is captured boldly and beautifully in our new mural, You Can't Rock the Pub. just a note, this mural captured the essence of who we are. A school that stood for nearly 4 centuries, adopting, rebuilding, and rising through wars, fires, relocations, and transformational changes. A school that is observatory planetarium once historic artifacts are alive and active today. There are spaces where students can explore the stars and where curiosity still thrives. A school whose model human program is one of the oldest and strongest in the state, giving students a global voice. A school that has produced athletes who became champions, Olympians, and role models. A school whose ground stone hour, preserved through demolition and decades of transition, still watches out over us with a symbol of wisdom, resilience, and continuity. This mural is not just art. It is a declaration that Hartford Public is built on a foundation no challenge can shake, that our history is rich, our legacy strong, and our future brighter than ever. Every piece of the mural is a reminder Hartford Public High School has stood the test of time and continues to rise. This is what makes us unshakable. This is why you can't rock the club. To Patty and Rise Up for Art Team, thank you for beautifully capturing our past, present, and future in a way that is visible, powerful, and unforgettable. This mural will inspire thousands of students who will walk these halls long after today. To our Hall of Fame, Alumni Hall of Fame, thank you for keeping our athletic heritage alive and for reminding our students that their dreams are possible because others walk these hallways and reach the highest levels of achievement. Your dedication keeps our traditions alive and shows our students that greatness is within reach. And I also learned that they are also donating $1,000 to our pension for our families. So we thank you for and to our current students, this is a promise to you. I hope you see yourselves in this mural. I hope you see what is possible. And I hope you understand that you are part of a legacy that began in 1638 and continues with you every day, in every classroom, and in every choice you make. I hope you recognize that you are part of something historic, something strong, something the generations before you helped build. Your story is the next letter to be added to our legacy. Our story is long. Our pride is deep. And our commitment to excellence is unwavering. Hartford Public has endured, evolved, and excelled through every challenge, every era, every transformation. And we are just getting started. Thank you again for joining us today for the celebration of art, history, athletics, and community. Thank you for celebrating who we are and all we stand for. Because at the end of the day, and for all the days ahead, you can't rock the boat.
Again, thank you everybody. Hey, feel free to walk around, check out the banners, get an up close look at the mural. And word on the street, the observatory is open right now. Cherry Chan. Cherry, who's up at the observatory right now? Mr. Curtis. Oh, okay. Attention everybody. To the left of the mural is a little flash. If you do the QR code, you get all kinds of information about the mural. So maybe go over and check out that plaque right there.